Okay, Jace, how are you today?
Good.
Good. What grade are you in now?
6.
6. So who's your teacher?
I have 7 teachers.
Hey, 7. Who
How
are
are you?
Good, how are you?
Am I interrupting your interview?
It's okay, you're good. Who are your teachers, Jace? I can cut it out, it's fine.
My teachers are Miss Mays, Mr. Quinn, Mr. Kearney, Coach, we call him Coach T, but it's Mr. Turbert, Miss Della Garza, Miss Schultz. I have Coach T twice.
Okay, so who's your favorite out of all of them?
Mr. McQuarrie.
Mr. McClary. So how was your day at school today?
Good.
It was good. So are you participating in any extracurricular activities right now, like sports or anything? I know you have a cast on your foot, but are you able to do anything right now?
No, ma'am.
No? So do you do any like clubs or anything like that at school? Do you all have FCA or anything like that?
I do beta.
You do beta. You like that?
Yes.
Yes. So do they are they able to like take you out of class for stuff like that to do activities or no?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me about your friend group a little bit, Jace. So who are your best friends?
Like, do I have to name them?
You can if you want to, or you can just talk about your group. Are you friends with like
most of them I play sports
you play sports with?
And then most of my other friends are people I met this year or people that I grew up with.
Gotcha. Okay, so what this counseling session is for is we are going to talk about bullying, and we're going to talk about some things that maybe you don't know. This is just a safe space for you to talk about anything that may have happened to you in the past. If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to. You can write it down. I'm going to give you a piece of paper real quick though, and I want you to write down what you think a bully is. Now you don't have to use like complete sentences. If you want to just use like describing words, you can. So like what kind of person you think a bully is, if that helps you a little bit, okay?
What type of bullying? Like cyberbullying?
Any kind of bullying. Okay, you want me to read it?
Sure, if you can read it.
Your handwriting's actually pretty good for a bully. Yeah, I agree with that. So a lot of times bullies are people who are struggling with something on their own. So they feel like they have to put that out on other people. So say like they're struggling with something in their home life, and the only way they know how to express that is by being mean to people. And that's good that you knew that. So have you ever experienced bullying before?
No.
Maybe just in like a smaller form, like somebody called you a really mean name and it hurt your feelings, or like somebody repetitively called you something like that. Nothing like that ever happened to you?
No, not really.
That's good.
Not at least what I can remember.
Have you ever been in a situation where you can remember seeing somebody get bullied?
Yes.
Yes. Can you tell me what that was like?
They were getting called names and everything.
Did you do anything?
No, because I was afraid they would do something
to you. Yeah, that's a lot. That happens a lot too. So being bullied is actually really, really common. It's like 96% of people have been bullied, and 96% of people have also been the bully in the situation. That's kind of how the research talks about it. So, especially in middle grades now, that's when everybody's trying to figure out who they are, figure out their friend group. They're trying to stand out, get attention, like you said. So you mentioned 2 of the types of bullying earlier, but there's actually 4. So it's physical, verbal, social, and cyber.
Yeah.
So you know what those are? Can you tell me what those are?
Cyberbullying is online bullying,
Mm-hmm.
and then physical bullying is whenever you hit someone and hurt them.
Right.
Bullying is calling them like mean words in person, and then I don't know what social bullying is. It calling them bad and looking, I guess.
So social bullying is actually if you try to exclude someone out of your group. So say you had a friend who may have done something to make you upset. You didn't want them to be your friend anymore. So you go and tell everybody what they did, and then that friend is excluded from the friend group. That's kind of social bullying. So if you could pick any of the 4, which of the 4 do you think would affect you the most, like personally? Like which one would maybe hurt your feelings the most?
Social bullying.
Social bullying, yeah, I think so too. I think that feeling excluded and like not feeling worthy to be friends with somebody is like really hurtful. I think that can be a really hurtful way of bullying somebody as well. Okay, only a couple more questions and then we're done. Okay. Do you feel comfortable talking about topics like this? Like, does this kind of thing make you uncomfortable or make you uneasy?
It makes me uneasy.
Yeah, me too. I think so too, because I think it's hard whenever maybe you're friends with someone, like you said, maybe not even friends with them, but you see it happening and you don't really know what to do because you don't want it to happen to you, but you also don't want that person being upset either.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, which one are you going to do, right? You got to weigh your options. So I think that it's really important, especially in the grade you're in now, because everybody's trying to figure out who they are.
Mm-hmm.
To maybe, if you don't want to stick up for that person right then in front of the bully because you're afraid that, they'll come after you next, maybe afterwards go up to that person and say, hey, they're being mean. Like, you don't have to listen to them. Like, just like kind of being a friend to them. It just so they know that somebody is their friend, because you never know what somebody's going through outside of just school. Okay, 2 more questions and then we're done. So, have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you were the bully? And if your answer is yes, it's okay, because there's times where everybody's almost a bully.
Yes.
Yes. Do you want to talk about it or no?
No.
Okay. So that's actually not a terrible thing. I can tell just by your face that you feel bad about it, obviously. A lot of people fall victim to stuff like that, especially in certain friend groups or just trying to like fit in. That's an easy way to do it is
it's
by
usually social bullying.
Yes. So that is actually not uncommon at all. So I wouldn't feel bad about it. And you seem to be a very caring person, so I don't think that you're like an active bully. But did that make you feel guilty after you did it? Yeah, I think it would me too. I've definitely, I couldn't probably name it right now, but I'm sure I was too whenever I was younger. It's just something that everybody goes through. So do you have any questions for me about anything?
I don't think so.
Anything you want to talk about before we finish?
Whenever you were talking about cybersocial and physical and bullying, wouldn't like social bullying be like the hardest thing to get over? And then like, because cyberbullying and bullying, they're like just hurtful words, so you can over time get over that. But social bullying is pretty hard to get through because you don't have anyone there to be with you. Yeah,
I agree with you on that. I think that a lot of the time it is perspective based. So maybe me and you think that social bullying can be really hard because we wouldn't want to be excluded from our friends. But maybe somebody else thinks that cyberbullying is the worst because somebody put something on the internet for everybody to see. Like, I think it just depends on the person. But that was a really good question, though. Anything else? Okay, well, thank you for letting me do this session with you, and we are done.